What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the YouTube channel. We are officially about 8 hours out from running our last workout of the sub 3 hour marathon prep. This is the biggest workout of prep thus far. This is a 22-mile workout. I'd be lying to say if I wasn't nervous, because all of training is accumulated to this very point. We have built a 7-month plus prep to get to this exact point right before we step on the starting line November 5th, when we will run a sub 3 hour marathon. Everything that I'm doing right now, right before we do this 22-mile run, is exactly what I will be doing for marathon day in Indianapolis. Let me show you guys what we have prepped for our very last big workout. All right, guys, so this is what we are going to be using for this 22-mile workout tomorrow. Nothing new, nothing that is out of the ordinary. So this is, we have our 3/4 zip, we have our Tracksmith running, and then we have a singlet, long sleeve, we have our socks, and then we have our gloves. These will be race day shoes. So my race day shoes I will be using for the first time tomorrow on our big 22-mile workout, and this will be the last time that I use them before race day. And here we have, it's foaming up right now, we have some Noon hydration. So Noon hydration here, that is in this bottle right here. I will be drinking this during my run. And in this bottle right here, pre-nutrition is going to be electrolytes in Focus, and then G1M Sport. And that is everything that I will be using before we get into our 22-mile run. This is exactly the layout that I will be using for Indianapolis. That is everything that I'm going to be doing for the 22-mile workout tomorrow. Nothing new, nothing extravagant. I know exactly what I need to do to complete this workout. Excited, nervous, but I know I will destroy this workout. And there's nothing else to say but to just do it, guys. So I will catch you guys in the morning very, very early to crush this 22-mile workout. Let's go. Good morning, guys. Welcome to the morning of the 22-mile workout. I'm locked in. I'm ready to go. We got our drinks ready to go. Food is being eaten. Let's do this thing. No surprises. All right, guys, morning of 6 a.m. Saturday, October 22nd, 22-mile workout, the last workout of our prep. If I can't do it now, I'm not gonna be able to do it ever. And this has been a 7-month plus prep to get to this very moment. Guys, we're ready to fucking go. So this is the workout. 2 miles, easy. 1 mile at a 7:15 pace, 2 miles at a 6:40 pace until we reach 22 miles. So 1 down, 2 up, and we just turn and burn. Took all our supplements, everything that we're gonna be doing for race day, I took. We have to control the controllables and do everything that I need to do, because there'll be no surprises on race day. And all I have to do is execute. That's it, man. Let's do this thing. Welcome back to me narrating my final workout of this 7-month plus prep. Me narrating the whole footage to run you guys through the 22-mile workout. I just want to say thank you for the people who have been here from the beginning and watched and supported me through this 7-month prep. It means the absolute world. And now let's get into the beginning of this 22-mile workout. Needless to say, I was nervous. I came prepared with a race mindset. I had race jitters, and coming from a football player, coming from a sports background, kind of felt like I was waking up in the morning of a big football game. I knew exactly what I needed to do to execute to get to the goal I wanted to for this run. It's normal waking up with jitters, waking up nervous, because that means you care, and that means you want it to show up every day and really perform to the best level that you can. When we first started taking off for this run, I felt really good. It was really cold in the morning, so that's why I was bundled up. During Indy, I will not be bundled up. I will be in my singlet, my racing gear. Starting off, I just had to get into a rhythm. Before this run, I took 2 scoops of G1M Sport, 2 scoops of electrolytes, and 1 scoop of InFocus. This 22-mile workout is the last big workout before we taper into Indianapolis. So this is a good tell sign of how I'm going to perform, what paces I can hold. In a predicative standpoint, we can base off this 22-mile run. First 1 to 5 miles, it's always such a blur. It's always your body trying to find momentum, trying to find a rhythm. At the first few miles, you kind of just blank out. You really don't know what's going on. You're like, is this gonna be a good run? Is this gonna be a bad run? And the first few miles as a runner, and if you guys have ran marathons before or have gone through a prep, the first few miles suck. You're just trying to get used to everything, trying to get used to the climate, trying to get used to how your body feels. And you can only control so much during a marathon, and that's what we did. We can control our nutrition, we control what we ate before, we did a carb load, we did a sodium load. It was just time to execute for the workout. The first 1 to 5 miles here is just me getting into a rhythm.
Outlaws and renegades come gather round where the sinners play. I'm a wicked man, oh, in a lawless land.
Now miles 5 to 10, I was still a little nervous and I still had some race jitters, but as I'm looking through the footage here, everything looked really smooth. I felt really good, and I felt like my body was starting to loosen up and started to get into a rhythm. Once I started locking into that 6:40 pace for 2 miles and that 7:15 pace on that down mile, it felt pretty much effortless, and it felt like it should be for the first 10 miles. And for me to lock in and really zone in, it takes me maybe 4 to 5 miles into the run to really find that rhythm that I really want to lock into. It was about like 7 o'clock now by the time we were getting into the 10th mile, and as we're looking through the footage, I look really smooth and it looks effortless, and that's what you want it to be. You want it to be effortless when you're running, and you don't feel like you're straining. And especially in these colder temperatures, your heart rates are going to be really low, which is really good because that's perfect marathon weather. And it's going to be pretty cold in Indianapolis. We just don't want it to be windy. We just don't want it to be raining. And hopefully the weather will hold out in the next 14 days. What I was thinking between mile 5 and mile 10 was, I knew I built for this exact run. Show up today and crush this workout. I was consistent, I was deliberate, and I knew what I needed to do. I woke up every day, I hit my easy runs, I hit my long runs, I hit my tempo runs, I hit my track workouts, and it all accumulated to hitting this 22-mile workout today. At one point, you have to trust your training, you have to trust your coach, and you have to trust in your body is going to take over, and you just lock in from there. And so from mile 5 to 10, it was me really getting into the zone and locking into that 6:40 pace. Mile 5 to 10 should feel effortless. It should feel like you're not even straining, and you need to just turn your brain off. Third rep of this workout. 1 mile at a 7:15 pace, 2 miles at a 6:40 pace. Just alternate between 6 total sets of them. And now we're coming up on our third one. Whew. So now we move into mile 10 to 15. And this is when your body starts telling you, you're like, okay, this is truly how the race is gonna go. Either it's gonna go good or it's gonna go really bad. And I showed up that day, or I showed up for this 22-mile workout, and there was no choice for me. I don't care what was going on throughout the day. I don't care what happened prior. I was going to show up and kill this workout. Mile 10 to 15, I was locked in. I was really in a runner's high, and I knew that I had to hit this workout. My nutrition coming up to mile 10 to 15, honestly mile 1 to 20. So we take Humagels every 4 miles. So 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, and then 24 when the marathon comes in. Collectively, I'll be taking 5 gels through the whole time of the race, and I'll be taking salt pills just in case I have a cramp coming up. Mile 10 to 15, it was just super, super smooth. Knew what I needed to do. I needed to hit the paces. I just needed to put one foot in front of the other, and I just needed to keep trucking, because at the end of the day, guys, these marathons are not easy. They're not meant to be easy, and it's gonna hurt. And at the end of the day, you just need to keep moving forward, keep putting up one foot in front of the other, because when you do that, when you just tell yourself, just keep moving, just keep moving, just keep moving, it's gonna hurt. You know, anything that you do is gonna hurt. Whether you're prepping for a bodybuilding show, you're prepping for an endurance event, or you're doing some type of challenge throughout your life, everything that you're gonna do is going to hurt. So mile 10 to 15, my body's getting fatigued, but I just knew I needed to keep moving forward. So now we are getting into mile 15 to 22. Guys, this is what you run a marathon for. You run the marathon not for mile 1 to 20. You run it for mile 18 to 26.2. These last 8 miles are exactly what you're going to be tested on. Like I say, it's going to hurt. It's going to suck. At that point, you're going to have to really ask yourself, what will you do to succeed in the goals that you've set? No matter how bad or how much it hurts, what will you do at that finish line? My body was fatigued from mile 15 to 22. That's the name of the game. But the one thing that you can control is how your mindset is, how your mentals is. At some point, you're gonna have to stop running. You're gonna cross that finish line. It's how much pain you can endure throughout this sub 3 hour marathon prep, this sub 3 hour race. How much pain can you actually endure to get to the point that you need to be? Holding 650 paces, holding 850 paces. What will you do? Because the pain will eventually end. That's the beauty of it. You know it's gonna end. That's what keeps me pushing forward. That's what keeps my mental and my head on straight for these long runs, for these long efforts. I know that eventually I will stop running and everything will be back to normal. But for these 3 hours of this race, I need to lock in, and I need to forget everything that's going on in my life, and I need to be present in this moment, because that's what's gonna get me to the sub 3 hour marathon. Mile 20, we're coming up a pretty big hill. In Jersey, where I'm from, it's super, super hilly, so climbing a hill at the back end of the workout really does suck, but it's gonna help me in Indianapolis because it's super flat in Indy, so it's a flat paying course, and me coming up hills on the end of this workout, I know I'm gonna be thanking myself at the end of the race in Indy, because I'm like, yes, I have the endurance, I have the strength, and my body knows what it feels like to push really hard towards the end of a long effort, and that's gonna cruise me through the finish line. But at mile 20, as I was coming up the hill, I felt like I was gonna cramp, and I was like, oh no, it's coming. Like I said, one foot in front of the other. My mind was strong, but my body was starting to give up, and that's what got me through the end of this workout. We're moving into the very last rep of this 22-mile workout. This is it, man. It's what you do in the face of adversity that really fucking matters. a 7-month prep leading up to his very last workout, knowing I put in the work, I put in the time. I was consistent, deliberate, and intentional about this prep. And that's why I will succeed, and we will succeed. Let's go.
Walk with the angels in the city so fatal. Fall into the flames. Don't knock my reckless ways. We'll be unbreakable, unmistakable. Live in overdrive when the world is waking up.
Come on. Yes. Yep. Ah. Come on. Ah. Whew. Let's go. That is the end of the 22-mile workout, like the main part. We still have a 2-mile easy to do, but the pain's over. That last segment there, I was coming up that hill, I was like, oh fuck, I'm literally about to cramp my left hammy. But to keep that mind strong, baby. Body gives up way before that mind gives up. Let's go! Yeah! Wow. Oh. Holy shit.
Go ahead, have a seat next to Papa right here.
Oh my God. The bricks have been stacked for 7 months. And now that is the end of prep. And now we taper. Guys, show up half the time, get half the results. Show up every day, get all the results. And that's what we're doing. 1 brick stacked every single day until November 5th. That is the end of a 22-mile workout. 22 miles at a 7:01 pace. 7:01 pace. Guys, come on, man. I wake up every day consistent on a monotonous grind to get to this point, and we will succeed in 2 weeks. That is the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed. That is a 7-month prep coming down to the wire. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys November 5th when we toe the line in Indianapolis to run a sub 3-hour marathon. Peace.